It's just like, you're taking my shooty jerk off time
Yeah,
and putting feelings in it.
Yeah, you're taking away my titty physics.
Titty physics.
And you know what I'm saying? And you're giving me, you know what I'm saying, toned down busts and toned down,
How dare you ask me to have more realistic depictions and more fully fleshed out depictions of women in my media? I don't want to see women as people. They're just jiggling titties.
Women are objects, not people.
women are property.
How am I supposed to put new stains in my waifu pillow if my waifu only has a smaller bust than me?
Look, you need to clean your room. You need to go buy a lobster. And you realize that all this neo-social Marxist bullshit is they're just trying to take away your masculinity.
And all the pink-haired SJWs all the PETA freaks. I just want to let you know that I am doing well since I've moved to a diet of strictly salt and beef and prime rib and salt. I've experienced less anxiety, a little more constipation, but I mean,
have you seen his there's a blog or something he did from, God, what is it? It was basically him saying that he's having like severe night terrors.
Oh, yeah,
and imagining like murdering his dissenters because of his like meat diet. Yeah.
Okay.
He's going insane.
Wait,
I mean, not that he wasn't already.
Wait, how
but
recent is that? Because I remember, he first mentioned that I couldn't sleep and shit like on Joe Rogan like months ago.
Oh yeah, it was months ago. Yeah, it was like months ago.
So
I don't know
if
he's
when he made that. Okay.
I think it was around the same time.
Okay. If I laugh, I'm laughing, but at the same time, that's terrifying because
this guy has
because he's a fucking reactionary.
Yeah.
Who has this strange, he stands in these strange, so he's a clinical psychologist.
Yeah.
Right. And so, but the thing is, he's a Jungian psychologist, which for those that don't know or not familiar with his name in psychology, he was a psychologist.
Also, just for the record, in case anyone cares, we're talking about JP himself,
Dr. Jordan B.
Dr.
Peterson,
Jordan, yeah,
Canadian psychologist and best-selling author, unfortunately, or excuse me, for better or for worse. Now, fuck it, this is a lefty podcast.
Clean your room.
Clean your room.
Daddy Peterson.
But that's scary because he's such because so much of his
there's compression on this.
He's a true. Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna compress the heck out of my voice now. Oh yeah, that sounds nice.
Yeah. I guess I should do this.
Yeah, just.
That sounds a little. Do I
sound you're far away from the mic. That's your deal.
Yeah. Yeah, that is. Yeah, you're right.
Give this a little more here. Pull this up.
Wait, so should I put on more gain then, or should I just? I don't necessarily want to sit closer.
I mean, yeah, maybe throw some more gain on it. If that's your.
If you like it, then you should put some gain on it.
Yeah, there you go.
If you like it, then you should put some gain on it. Yeah, now it sounds like I'm closer.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good audio illusion right there.
Yeah, sounds like we're just whispering right near.
We're audio engineers.
All right, guys, it's gonna be okay.
Get you a little more beer.
Jordan Peterson is gonna probably have a heart attack, and we're not gonna have to listen to him talking about it. But there's gonna be a lot of really confused young boys who aren't gonna know that they need to clean their room.
But no, but the scary thing about that is when you said that he said he wants to kill his dissenters. Now that's a dog whistle. Because he's an ardent he's an ardent anti-SJW. He is basically Jordan B. Peterson is to feminism and multiculturalism what the Blue Lives Matter flag is to Black Lives Matter. And for those that don't remember, the Blue Lives Matter flag or Blue Lives Matter was made specifically as a rebuttal to Black Lives Matter. All right, so don't ever mistake it as anything else but a symbol of hate and really fascism, authoritarianism.
It's bootlicking, dude.
It's straight up bootlicking. But anyway, what makes that so scary is because Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, he's just a very well dressed, to some people he seems well spoken. To the rest of us, he's fucking hysterical as shit.
I mean, he is well spoken, and he actually he's probably a step up from Ben Shapiro and how he presents his ideas, because he's not he has some foundational kind of layer of somewhat his ideas are somewhat founded on reasonable ground, but clearly if you
look at them like with half a bit of scrutiny. They're clearly like extremely misogynistic. But I mean, again, like there is some merit to like what he says as far as like, hey, take accountability for your actions. Don't be like don't let the world get you down, buddy boy. You gotta clean your room.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that it's a lot of good like.
That's the only thing I know about. If you couldn't tell, that's it.
No, I mean, there's nothing else. Like, there's nothing else there.
That's kind of yeah.
It's kind of like with Dave Rubin. All he has to say is that, oh, lefties don't debate me, and I'm just here to talk about ideas. But yet those ideas are never actually expanded upon. But the thing about Dr. JP, people like the reason
Dr. JP.
The reason why I don't say that he's well spoken is because, like you said, when you do a little bit of scrutiny. And I'm just at the point where now I'm able to do that scrutiny in real time. It doesn't take days and weeks to have that aha moment. It's like in that moment when I put the connection together of like, okay, it's self-help, but in self-care, but at the same time, it's talking about ignoring the world around you. And it's on one hand saying, don't worry about changing the world, changing things as they are. So it's endorsing the status quo, but then saying that you need to change everything within yourself. But naturally, anybody with half a brain is going to realize that those two are the external and internal, or the macro and the micro, are going to clash and intersect at various points. And so really what this is endorsing is that don't listen to the outside world, don't listen to the majority of the world and the people who are talking about making changes in the world, aka SJWs and shit, feminists and Black Lives Matter, all that good stuff, cuckboys, libtards.
Hell yeah.
It's like, don't listen to them, and that they are the enemy because they are doing something that's antithetical to what they think is the cure for all humankind. If everybody were to stop bitching about things that are quote unquote outside of their control or outside their immediate world, then everything would be better. So it's coaxing.
Just don't talk about it.
It's sugar. The
right?
thing is, it's sugar. No, it's sugar pilling nihilism. Basically, it's sugar pilling nihilism, and then this quasi kind of mystical. What is it when it's harkening back to some mysticism that never really
it's
existed?
Like Joseph Campbellism, or no, like archetypes.
Archetypes.
He talks in archetypes like a lot. He's like. He's got such a freaking boner for Joseph Campbell. It's like kind of hilarious.
Joseph Campbell,
it's kind of adorable.
And then Carl Jung. He's literally a Jungian psychologist.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Sorry, I just realized like that. Yeah, Jung had the boner for the Campbells, and then okay.
Yeah, and for those that are listening, archetypes are really just symbols in literature and media to convey certain values. It's like when you read an Aesop fable, and it's like no one person is going to only exhibit a handful of traits. Every human trait and emotion exists in all of us. It's just about the situations, the circumstances that bring out those parts of ourselves. And so the idea of archetypes is really just a device used in entertainment or literature and media and shit to communicate basically the extremes of what certain values can bring to you. What the extreme of being disciplined and being singularly focused on something, or being, wearing yourself out thin, or blah, 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 blah. They're just meant to show you this one particular value, but you're supposed to treat it like a smorgasbord. And the thing about archetypes, and somebody who incorporates this into psychology, into the mind, is dangerous as fuck. Because it's saying ignore all the complexities and all the nuances of the mind in place of really dogma. But it's dressed up in a nice suit. It's dressed up in a cool demeanor.
It's dressed up in a sweet Renaissance fair costume. It's waving a saber around. It's like, yo, have some mutton, drink a big old beer. Who cares?
Yeah,
it's fine.
And they like to, and even though they're not explicitly fascist or religious, everybody around them seems to be